Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the cutthroat world of business, where ambition and innovation can sometimes collide with, well, let's just say less than ideal behavior. So buckle up, get ready to be entertained, and maybe even a little shocked, because on this channel, we celebrate the audacity and sometimes the absurdity of the business world. But before we begin, please hit that like and subscribe for more informational videos. 1. Elon Musk, the real-life Tony Stark with a Twitter addiction. With over 100 million followers, Elon uses Twitter like it's his personal diary, sharing everything from rocket launches to memes. But sometimes, Elon's tweets can be a little, let's say, unpredictable. Like that one time in 2018, when he decided to drop a bombshell about taking Tesla private at $420 per share. Yep, he tweeted, "Funding secured," and the internet went bananas. But here's the kicker: it turned out he didn't actually have the funding secured. Oopsie. The Securities and Exchange Commission, aka the SEC, was not amused. They were like, "Elon, you can't just tweet stuff like that." So they slapped him with a $20 million fine. Megan stepped down as Tesla's chairman and fined Tesla another $20 million. That's a total of $40 million. Talk about an expensive tweet. This whole fiasco made people question Elon's judgment and his leadership skills. I mean, can you imagine a boss tweeting, "BRB, taking the company private, lol." But hey, despite this little hiccup, Elon's still the king of Twitter. He's back at it, tweeting away and using the platform to keep everyone on their toes. Love him or hate him, you gotta admit, Elon Musk knows how to keep things interesting. So, what do you think? Should Elon lay off the tweet button, or is he just too entertaining to stop? 2. Jeff Bezos. We're talking about a guy who went from selling books in his garage to launching himself into space. Jeff Bezos. Yes, the man who turned Amazon into a retail giant and himself into a space cowboy. Bezos started Amazon in 1994, probably with more cardboard boxes than friends. It began as a humble online bookstore, but Jeff had bigger plans. Fast forward to now, and Amazon sells everything from A to Z, literally. They even deliver your groceries, because why not? But wait, there's more. Jeff wasn't satisfied with just conquering the earth. Nope, he looked up at the stars and said, "I want that too." So he founded Blue Origin. In July 2021, Jeff took a joyride to space, making him the only guy who can claim space tourist on his LinkedIn profile. Now, you might think all this innovation is pretty cool, and you'd be right. But not everyone's thrilled with Jeff's methods, especially Amazon's warehouse workers. Reports have surfaced about grueling working conditions, long hours, sky-high quotas, and breaks that are shorter than an Instagram story. Some workers even felt like they were in a real-life episode of Survivor. Amazon warehouse. In April 2021, the workers at an Amazon warehouse in Staten Island, New York, decided enough was enough. They voted to form the first ever Amazon labor union in the US. Talk about a plot twist. So, while Bezos is off exploring the final frontier, back on Earth, his employees are fighting for better conditions. It's like a real-life episode of Undercover Boss, but with less undercover and more boss. 3. Peter Thiel. Now we're diving into the wild world of Peter Thiel, billionaire, wrestling enthusiast, and legal crusader. More like revenge dispenser with a side of lawsuit designer. Peter Thiel looking serious, Hulk Hogan flexing, Gorka logo with dramatic explosion sound effect. Theal, the guy behind PayPal and Palantir, is like a real-life Willy Wonka, but instead of chocolate rivers, he's got rivers of cash. Cash he's willing to throw at anyone who rubs him the wrong way. Enter Gorka, a website known for its, shall we say, spicy celebrity gossip. They did a little oopsie and posted a not-so-super-secret sex tape featuring our friend Hulk Hogan. Brother, that was a private tape. Gorka done messed up. Theal, never a fan of Gorka's, saw his chance to throw some legal shade. He suited up Hogan with millions of dollars and said, "Go get him, champ." The fight went all the way to the Supreme Court, a heavyweight battle of takedown moves and legalese. In the end, Hogan won, and Gorka took a financial pile driver. So, was Theal a free speech defender or a bully with a bottomless bank account? The jury's still out. Some say he protected Hogan's privacy, others say he chilled journalism like a bad fridge. 4. Richard Branson. Branson started young, founding a magazine at 16. Talk about teenage rebellion. Then he went and launched Virgin Records, proving he wasn't afraid to rock the music industry. But Branson's ambitions weren't grounded, literally. This dude craves the open sky. He started Virgin Atlantic, taking on the airline bigwigs like a boss. But that wasn't enough. Branson wanted to push the boundaries of flight, way past the atmosphere. Enter Virgin Galactic, his personal rocket ride to space tourism. Branson's all about innovation, but sometimes innovation crashes, literally. In 2014, Virgin Galactic spaceship went down in flames. It was a tragic accident, and Branson faced major heat. Turns out, rushing to space can be a bit, well, reckless. The crash exposed safety issues, and Branson got grilled for prioritizing speed over, well, not blowing up. 5. Travis Kalanick. Let's expose the high-speed world of a guy who took on the taxi industry and won, sort of. Meet the one and only Travis Kalanick. Travis Kalanick, the man behind Uber, was all about disrupting the status quo. He saw a world of boring yellow cabs and said, "Nah, we need a change." And boom, Uber was born. With his aggressive tactics and move fast, break things attitude, Travis turned Uber into a global sensation. Suddenly, everyone was hitching rides with strangers, and the taxi industry was like, what just happened? But hold on to your seatbelts, because this ride gets bumpy. In 2017, Uber hit a major pothole. A series of scandals revealed a toxic workplace culture with enough drama for a Netflix series. We're talking sexism, harassment, and retaliation. It was like The Office meets Game of Thrones, minus the dragons. As if that wasn't enough, investors and regulators started breathing down Travis' neck. The pressure kept mounting, and eventually, he had to step down as CEO. Talk about getting Ubered out of your own company. 6. Elizabeth Holmes. Elizabeth Holmes, a woman who dared to dream of a blood testing revolution. Holmes was obsessed with healthcare and blood testing from a young age. So obsessed, she left Stanford at 19 to chase her dream, Theranos. This company promised amazing things. 1 million tests from a tiny drop of blood, faster results, all with crazy accuracy. But hold on a sec, things got messy. Holmes started hyping Theranos technology way more than it deserved. Imagine a prototype that's more etch-a-sketch than medical marvel. Investors poured millions in, expecting a healthcare miracle, but Theranos just couldn't deliver. Turns out, Theranos tech was unreliable at best. The promises, totally empty. It all came crashing down in 2022, when Holmes was found guilty of defrauding investors. Whoops. So, was Holmes a visionary genius or a total fraud? The jury's still out, but one thing's for sure, Theranos went from a promising start to a complete bust. Let us know in the comments what you think. 7. Martin Shkreli. Now dive into the dark side of the pharmaceutical industry to meet Martin Shkreli, the man they call the Pharma Bro. Shkreli wasn't your typical pharma guy. This dude waltzed in, bought the rights to Daraprim, a drug that helps people with weakened immune systems, and then jacked up the price by over 5,000%. From affordable to astronomical overnight, the public went ballistic. Shkreli became the most hated man in healthcare faster than you can say price gouging. But here's the twist. Shkreli actually went to prison for something else, swindling investors with his shady hedge funds. Maybe karma does have a funny bone after all. Even though the drug price hike wasn't what landed him in a clink, it definitely didn't help his image, right? The whole ordeal turned Shkreli into a pariah, and who knows, maybe even influenced the judge. 8. Dan Bilzerian. Dan Bilzerian, the man, the myth, the guy who throws epic pool parties. Bilzerian's life is basically a spring break commercial that never ends. Fancy cars, tropical vacations, more models than a fashion week runway. This dude knows how to live it up, and he makes sure the whole world knows it. He's a poker pro too, so all that luxury comes with some serious high-stakes gambling. Big wins, even bigger bragging rights on social media. But hold on a sec, Bilzerian's not all sunshine and pool floats. There have been legal troubles, like that lawsuit over $1 million poker debt. Ouch, and let's not forget his social media posts. Some folks find them, a little light on the chill vibes, like sexist and offensive light. So is Bilzerian a misunderstood party animal or a walking controversy? You be the judge. 9. Ike Batista. Meet Ike Batista, the Brazilian billionaire who wasn't shy about flaunting his wealth. Imagine Gatsby, but with more sun and samba. Batista was the poster child for Brazil's economic boom in the early 2010s. Newspapers couldn't get enough of his flashy cars, extravagant parties, and larger-than-life persona. He loved the spotlight, and boy, did he shine. But all that glitters isn't gold. In 2017, Batista's empire came crashing down faster than you can say, oops. Turns out, behind the glitz and glamour was a whole lot of shady business. Batista was found guilty of bribing a former governor to snag some sweet government contracts for his companies. This was all part of Brazil's infamous car wash corruption investigation. His fortune didn't just evaporate, it exploded like one of his extravagant parties gone wrong. From billionaire to broke, Batista was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Talk about a plot twist. But wait, there's more. While he's appealing the verdict, he's currently under house arrest. So instead of living it up in luxury, he's now living it up at home. Ike Batista's story is a wild ride from riches to, well, not so riches. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and illegal activities. Remember folks, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. 10. Isaac Laran. Isaac Laran, the CEO with a mouth that fires faster than a Nerf gun. Larian's not your typical suit and tie CEO. This guy isn't afraid to mix it up. He's known for his, shall we say, colorful personality and his love of a good public brawl. With his competitors, that is. Think epic toy battles, but instead of plastic swords, it's lawyers and lawsuits. Look, there's no denying Laran gets results, but his tell-it-like-it-is approach can backfire. Some of his smack talk with rivals has landed him in court, and legal battles are expensive, time-consuming, and a major buzzkill for business. Plus, all this negativity can tarnish Laran's image and scare away potential partners who don't want the drama. So, what did you think? Visionary leader or total mess? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more wild tales from the world of business.